footwork. I want you to be able to move your feet and swing at the same time. So one more time, inward, step through, side swing, pivot back, inward figure eight, step through, side swing, pivot back. Okay? That's the first technique I want you to practice. The second one we want to do, watch this technique. I'm going to work with a back stance here. Instead of the forward stance with both feet pointing to the front, the back stance, the left leg is kind of pointed at a 45-degree angle. Chuck's under my right arm. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to step through on my grid pattern right to the front. I'm going to cock this chuck out to the side and throw it across my body, breaking my wrist. Now you see the chuck is on the inside of my body, so I can pull it right back and we can go right under the arm with it. So it looks like this. Step through, cock the chuck, throw it, and let it come right back under the arm. My shoulders are straight. Again, from a back stance, I'm going to step through, cock the chuck, throw it, and let it come under my arm. Now, earlier we did around the neck where we threw it, we went around our body. It's the same action. See, I'm throwing it, but see, this time instead of going around my body, I'm going under my arm. So here's what I want you to do. After you feel comfortable with this, one under, I want you to step through, throw it, and as it comes back under, turn, pivot, and catch it under the arm at the same time. Then step back through with that side swing, back to the front. So it looks like this. 1, 2, side swing, back. Again, we're using all those pivots. This is what it looks like from like the side. Watch. Step through, cock the chuck, throw it across, leave this arm up, pivot and catch under the arm, step back through with that side swing, pivot back. Okay, watch from the side again. Out, catch, side swing, back. Here's the idea. This is why it's important that you practice this. Many of the single Nunchaku forms will start this way. So I'm just trying to get you a feel, using this grid pattern on the floor, of the opening technique of most of them. And again, it's a big move to the front. What I'm trying to get you to do, is stay on your line. What I've seen in the past is people will turn here and then their foot will come over and they'll end up over here. Okay, so if you have your pattern down, I want you to be able to do it and stay on line. What's my goal? My goal is for you to smooth it out a little so it looks like this. Okay, watch again. Okay, that's my goal. I want you to do it nice and slow until you get a feel for that technique. The next technique we're going to do is right leg forward stance. We'll do it like we're in the middle of a form. We'll pretend that this is a form pattern here. This is the middle of the form. You like the judges going straight up. And then we have the sides. This technique looks like this. Inward figure eight and right leg forward stance, or abbreviated back stance. Watch, lift, pivot, outward figure eight. Front straight, switch arms. Right foot over, pivot back. Outward figure eight, step through front straight. Lift up, pivot to the rear, and a horse stance. Okay, let's try that technique. Right leg forward, inward figure eight. Watch, I'm going to lift it up and pivot, and outward figure eight. Got a nice stance. Front straight. Right, lift and switch. Now, right foot over, pivot back, down your line with an outward figure eight. From here, we're going to step through with a front strike. Then we're going to lift and pivot into a horse stance, facing the rear. So one more time on that technique. Watch, inward, outward figure eight, front strike. Switch arms. Right foot over, pivot, outward figure eight, step through, front strike. Pivot, lift up, switch to the right, and a horse stance. Okay, again, that's a nice little footwork technique I want you to practice there. The next technique is going to look like this. Let me do it from the rear here. This is going to be an outward figure 8 strike, front strike, switch arms, step with your left, and come back with an outward figure 8, up and feet together and pause. Both knees bent. Okay, let's watch that again. Outward figure 8 strike, front strike, switch arms, step with your left foot, pivot back to the middle with an outward figure 8. Switch arms as you step up with both knees slightly bent. Okay? Let's try that one more time. From this position, right outward figure 8 from a horse stance. Front strike. Switch arms. Step with your left. Pivot back to the front. Outward figure 8. Switch. Hold it right there. Okay, so let's quickly review what we're doing so far. With a chuck under the right arm, a nice back stance. Left arm's up. We had that move to the front where we're going to try to throw it, turn, and catch it. Step through, side swing, use our pivot back. We have the inward figure 8, and then we have the outward figure 8 with the front strike. Then we switched arms, we took a right leg pivot, outward figure 8, and then we stepped through and did a front strike. Then we lifted and went to the horse stance in the middle of our form. Then we did a right outward figure 8, the left front strike, we switched arms a step, pivot back with an outward figure 8. Then we came together here. This is where we are right now. Now the next technique is called ending number 1. All it is this. Step out with your left, outward figure 8. Step the front strike key out. Step back through, step straight up through, switch arms to the left. Okay, that's all for that one. Now watch. Our feet are together. Step out with our left, right outward figure 8. Step through, front strike. Lift up and step through to this side. Okay, now when we get to this side, what could we do? Remember ending combo number 1? Outward figure 8, front strike, switch, side swing around the neck. Then we switched over and our right foot came up and prepare. So what I'm trying to do is I'm adding ending number 1 and ending combo number 1 together for one nice smooth technique. And again, from this position, it was out with the left foot, outward figure 8 under the arm. Step through front, step through and switch. And then ending combo 1 was outward figure 8, front strike, up, around the neck, switch to your left, right foot up, and prepare. Great. Now, ending number 2 looks like this. Inward figure 8 block with the right leg forward. Nice back, again, nice back stance. Here's what we want to do. Inward figure 8 up to an outward figure 8. Left leg, front kick, step down, front strike, and switch arms. Great. This is ending number 2 I want you to memorize. From back here, inward figure 8, outward figure 8. Remember, front kick, and front strike, switch. Okay. Now, ending number 2, what we're going to do is we're going to take ending number 2 and combo number 2 and put them together. So what do we have? Right leg forward stance, inward figure 8, outward figure 8. Left leg front kick, step down, front strike, switch. Combo ending number 2, remember? We did that a few minutes ago. Outward figure 8, front strike, switch. Side swing, around the neck. Around the neck part 2. Switch over to your left. Right foot up, prepare. Great. So all we did is we took ending number 2 and combo ending number 2 and put them together like a puzzle. So again, one more time on that. Inward figure 8, outward figure 8, front kick, front strike, switch. Ending combo number 2, outward figure 8, front strike, switch, side swing around neck part 2, switch over to your left, Right foot up and prepare. Okay, now the last technique I want you to learn on the advanced instruction today involves two nunchakus. And it's not that hard. It may take a little work, but here's what I want you to do. One chuck is under the right arm, and the other one's over the left shoulder. Okay? Now, first of all, before we do anything, I want you to feel your left arm here. I want you to feel like you can throw that across and bring it inside like we did and lift it up. So from this position, just kind of get a feel for that break of the wrist here with your left. Let the chuck come inside like we've been doing all day, and then just lift it up. Okay, so if you could just stand there and to get a feel for that, it's going to be a little difficult, but you can do it. Okay? This is kind of left cross strike. That's what we actually call it. But here's what I want you to do. This is called adjusting the chucks. Now watch. This is what it looks like. Now what happens is the right chuck comes up and does a side swing. The left chuck goes down, over, and up. That's all. Except they're done at the same time. So when this lifts up, this one goes down. And this comes over. Now watch, when I bring it over, I move my whole arm over and just lift it up while I do a side swing. This is called adjusting the chuck, so it looks like this. Again, this is just lifting up and doing a side swing. This one's just going down, over, pull your whole arm back. Okay, and then just lift it. Now, again, at the same time, you just drop and adjust. It's called adjusting the chucks. Now, here's how I want you to practice it. I want you to go side to side with it. Right leg forward, nice little stance. I want you to step through on that grid pattern we were doing all day and adjusting, and then pivoting back with our little pivot. Just back and forth. Okay? Just step, drop, adjust, and turn back to the other side until you can do that. Then the next step in this technique is going to be back with both chucks in that back stance. We're going to step through this time and throw a left cross and a right cross and let the right one land on the arm. Again, it looks like this. 1, 2. Get a feel for that. Left, right. Now, after you can do that, we're going to do that same little pivot move we did earlier. So it's left, right. As the right one comes back, we turn and catch and pivot, and we step and adjust. Okay? Watch again. Left, right, turn, catch, and pivot, step and adjust the chucks. Okay, the reason I'm going over this, again, this is one of the openings of many of the double Nunchaku forms in the American style. The idea is we want to try to get down in our stance and be smooth with the opening. Okay? All I want you to do today is step through left and right, turn, catch, and pivot, adjust, back up. From the side, it looks like this. Left, right, turn, catch, and pivot. Step and adjust, back. Okay, so it's 1, 2, back, adjust. All right. Those are all the techniques of the advanced instruction portion of the video. What I'd like to do right now is blitz kata. The kata you'll be learning on the next video, Chuckus number 2. There are 3 forms on Chuckus number 2, and this is the basic form of the style. Blitz kata, American style. Here's how it goes. Blitz kata, American style. So after you do Chuckus number 2, where you'll learn 3 single Nunchaku forms, Chuckus 3 teaches double Nunchaku techniques and a kata called double dragons. What you'll learn on Chuckus 3 is this combination that's very vital to the whole style. It looks like this. Okay, it looks pretty complicated, but it's relatively easy. After that, you'll have Chuckus 4, which teaches 2 more single Nunchaku forms. Then from there you have 5, Chuckus 5, 6, and 7, which are somewhat advanced. What you want to do is try to learn everything on this tape today before moving to number 2 or to number 3. Take your time, get the techniques down, and then move on to the next video. If you can, get your instructor involved, get a group going at your school, and get the tapes, and you can work out together. You'll learn a lot faster that way. If you have any questions about the type of nunchakus to use, where to get the proper nunchakus, you can go to my website, www.chakus.com, CHAKUS.com. Under frequently asked questions, click on that little icon. I'll answer all the questions you have about the American style, the type of nunchakus, and different things like that, how to get rank in the style. Also, if you have any other questions, you can email me through the website also. So anyway, I want to thank you very much for working out with me today. It was a fun time. And as we're leaving today, I'll be doing a demonstration using 2 nunchakus. I want you to watch how I'm able to turn and swing and strike in any direction. In tournament competitions, the guys that are out there doing the twirls and somersaults, they may beat you. But in real life, these techniques are hard to beat. So let's watch.